I've gotten the question before, how do I still set boundaries and still honor the divine feminine when I have someone who really wants to have sex with me, but I'm not ready? Boundaries can be really tricky, and sometimes navigating them with our divine feminine energy is called for. Let's learn how to do that today. What's good? What's good, my beautiful infinite beings? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. At this channel, we engage in spiritual alchemy to help you realign, transform, and live your best life.
Infinite being, use your intention, love your life.
One of the most challenging things that I've had to work with personally is combining the divine feminine energy of receiving, intuiting, passion, love with that of boundary. Due to childhood traumas, toxic relationships, etc., I had already embraced the people-pleasing model, which includes putting so many people before myself in relationships, at work. That lent itself to sabotaging my energy. I would completely put myself last, others in front of myself, to prove my love for the other person. And what that did is it made things difficult for me, because I was essentially telling my own self that I didn't love myself. It completely undermined my relationship with myself, and slowly killed my self-esteem and my value. I always thought of boundaries as some very permanent structure that you either allowed things in or didn't allow things in. And then I had that other side of myself as learning to turn the other cheek, even if that meant getting punched in the other cheek. Boundaries are the space that you create for yourself, for your own knowing, your own intuition, emotions, and expression. Make a valid, safe space separately from another individual. So allowing yourself to have a boundary that you only allow love in or other high vibrational energy is a lot more healthy than allowing someone's toxic energy in when that is not good for you. We talk about and practice clearing toxic energy from ourselves in my program. I will link that below. And there is divine masculine and divine feminine energy within all of us. It's not limited to our sexuality, our pronouns, how we see ourselves, but it's merely energy, two polarities that consistently work with one another, almost like a dance, or like the ebb and flow of the sea, the waves coming in and out of shore. And we allow things that don't resonate with us, we damage ourselves. When you're working with the divine feminine and you're understanding that you are on the receiving end of things, it's what are the things that you are allowing yourself to receive. Once you can define what you need, what you want in your life, then you understand what is not acceptable to receive. If you're a people pleaser and you're finding out that what you want to say is no to something, but you say yes because you want that person to love you or accept you or not leave you, abandon you, then what you're doing is you're saying no to yourself. Not allowing that boundary, that clear boundary, like this is not for me, that harms your spirit, your inner person, your energetic frequency will also be depleted if you are a person that doesn't allow what you need for yourself to be built up. So think about the announcement on an airline again. You put your mask on first before you put that of your children or other people around you. Because if you don't, then you're completely depleted and you have no way of helping others anyway. Speaking up for yourself is a big one. In some places, speaking up when you're a woman in certain forms or a person of color or whatever it is in a particular area, sometimes speaking up can be a little scary because you're already considered to be a certain way. For example, I remember being a director on a board. I was one of two women, and then the majority of everyone else was male. And so speaking up was like, you were given these labels, the B word, or, you're aggressive, And I even remember taking a job even earlier on than that, and it was fitness. And I'm the type of person that comes in smiling every day. And I would smile and say what I had to say. In class, people enjoyed it. And then one day, one of my bosses said to me, I would wear the mask of the smile so no one would be like intimidated, or not because it was necessarily coming from my heart, but I didn't want to be perceived in a certain way. But then I had one boss say to me, so-and-so says you're very aggressive. You should smile more. And I'm like, I walk in with a smile every day, pasted to my face. And I realized, you know what? You're not going to be able to make everyone feel okay. You're not in charge of other people. You're in charge of yourself. Be mindful of who you allow into your personal space, not just your home, but also your boundary around yourself, into your bedroom even.
I've gotten the question before, how do I still set boundaries and still honor the divine feminine when I have someone who really wants to have sex with me, but I'm not ready? And one of the things I really suggest is that you can say things like, I'm really attracted to you too. I'm looking forward to intimacy or something like that. In fact, I would like to get to know you better first in order to deepen our connection. So it doesn't just shut them down. Like, I'm not a slut, or what kind of woman do you think I am? How do you deal with other people? You can honor your boundaries while communicating in your divine feminine. You can receive and acknowledge at the same time. We are not in opposition, but we're building towards something together. Divine feminine takes the seeds of what someone gives it and multiplies it. The response will likely be an honorable one and seated more in the divine masculine, like honoring and protecting what's being built. If it doesn't, it may focus or progress into blaming or shame, which is childish and more along the lines of toxic divine masculine, in which case you should note the response and decide if they are worth your time.
When people come with a low vibrational frequency and they come into your frequency, which may be higher, there will be some sort of shift, and it can easily bring you down. So consider not allowing everyone into your home, not allowing the people who even mean well. It could be family, it could be people who say that they love you, but these people might be in a funk one day, or that might be their general vibe. Either way, it makes it difficult for you to be in a frequency of 500 or above, a love and above, and you have someone who's carrying a bunch of low vibrational energy with them because they're down all the time, or they're angry, or they're sad, or they're blaming. Give others space, and don't take it personally that they want their space from time to time. We all need some space. Sometimes it's to work through things or work out things, and what is going on with them really doesn't have much to do with you. Yes, you're working together and you're connected, but sometimes people actually need to distance so they can think. There are people who can't even hear themselves think if there's too many people around, if there's too much activity. Particularly my empaths are always feeling like, okay, whereas you might feel great from being around so many people and it lifts you up, it lifts your energy up, an empath is one that needs that same, like, in quiet, and that lifts them up. They recharge, they feel better. So don't feel badly if someone needs their space. Do what's most important and most aligned for you. Remember, you matter. You have to come first for you. And if that means taking a step back for a moment in time, there's never going to be a loss. There will only be a loss if you don't do what you need to do to recharge, refuel, rejudge. Consider sharing less. Don't tell everyone the business. Don't give everyone the tea on your relationships, on your personal self. Hold some of it back. You understand that you will change from time to time. And yes, there is feedback, but tuning into that inner self, that divine feminine energy, and really seeing where you are is so key to you being able to move forward, because you're the one that actually has the information and the key. There may be others that bring a tool in or a key here and there, but you hold the key to your actual transformation. Thanks so much for watching. Smooches.
Thanks for watching, Infinite Beings. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, smooches.